Good afternoon and welcome to Pod Swimming in East Providence, Rhode Island for today's Rhode Island Interscholastic League semifinal matchup between the number 1 seeded North Providence Cougars and the number 5 seed Wheeler Warriors. I am your host, Jeremy Abreu. I'll be taking you through the action here today as you watch your North Providence Cougars go through, put the finishing touches on their warm-ups here this afternoon. We'll start out with the number 1 seeded Cougars from North Providence. They had an 8-0 regular season coached by head coach Crystal Bozigian and assistant coach Steve Muccino. They were number 1 seed coming in to the Division II playoffs here. They got here by way of a 59-12 victory over the number 8 seed Rogers. So a great season from the North Providence boys, and they'll look to continue that undefeated streak as they are 9-0, counting the regular season and the playoffs. Moving on to your Wheeler Warriors, they were 4-4-1 in Division II. They are the 5th seed here. They got to the semifinals by virtue of a 54-40 victory over the number 4 seeded Middletown High School. So the winner of this North Providence Wheeler matchup will go on to compete in the state championship for Division II this weekend versus the winner of Cranston East and Westerly, which will be held tonight. So, as I usually do with my live streams, and we already have over 10 people on, just making sure audio and video check. If you can let me know in the live chat if you can hear me okay, if you can see the video good. We're scheduled for a 5 o'clock start here, a little over 10 minutes away. It's again the North Providence boys going through their warm-ups right now. Wheeler has already concluded their warm-ups. Once again, I would ask whoever is out there in live streaming land, John Ferrier, audio and video fine. Perfect. Thank you. So again, this will be a semifinal matchup between the number 1 seeded Cougars from North Providence and the number 5 seeded Warriors from Wheeler. North Providence comes in undefeated on the season, 8-0 in the regular season, 1-0 in the playoffs here today, looking to extend that. So we have John Ferrier and Brian Lynch checking in. Appreciate the check-ins, gentlemen. Once again, you're watching the North Providence Cougars go through their warm-ups here today, and we will swim the same 11 events that you have been seeing throughout these playoffs. We'll start it off with the 200 Medley Relay, move on to the 200 Free, 200 IM, 50 Free, 100 Fly, 100 Free, 500 Free, 200 Free Relay, the 100 Back, the 100 Rest, and we'll close it out here with the 400 Free Relay. So, for those of you who have tuned into a meet from pods before, you may already know this, but for those of you, this is your first time. So lane 1 is at the top of the screen, furthest from the camera position. Lane 6 is closest to the camera position here. So the North Providence Cougars will always be swimming today in lanes 2 and lanes 4 and 6. So North Providence will always be in lanes 2, 4, and 6. Wheeler will always be in lanes 3 and 5. So lane 1 will always be open here this afternoon for this semifinal matchup between the number 1 seeded North Providence Cougars and the number 5 seeded Wheeler Warriors here this afternoon. So North Providence put in the finishing touches here on their warm-ups. We may actually be able to get kicked off a little bit early. We're going to try and get you a score after each event. There will also be some built-in breaks. So after the 200 Medley Relay, which is the first event, there will be a rest. Following the 50 Free, there will be a rest, the 500 Free, and then the 100 Rest. So as you can imagine, many of these swimmers, especially in the relays, end up swimming events that are back-to-back, and the officials do try and give these swimmers a chance to cool down, catch their breath before moving on to the next event here. So our officials are present and accounted for here. We're going to be ready to go very shortly. Once again, we're at Pod Swimming here in East Providence, Rhode Island for this semifinal Interscholastic League matchup between the North Providence Cougars, the #1 seed in Division II, versus the #5 seeded Wheeler Warriors here this afternoon. Winner will go on to face the winner of Cranston East and Westerly, who will be swimming tonight. And they will make it to the Division II championship, which will be held here at Pods this weekend. So a lot at stake for both teams here. North Providence has the extra burden of being the #1 seed, undefeated throughout the year here. So let's see if they can continue the momentum that they've had. Some very good performances during the year. I talked to their coaches prior to the meet. Boys are loose, ready to go. Same with the Wheeler team. Talked to both Coach Murphy and Coach Filippo from the Wheeler squad, and their team is ready to go. They're looking forward to competing here this afternoon. So our officials are ready, I believe. All right, so we are going to get started a little early here. Never a bad thing. First event's going to be the 200 Medley Relay. So North Providence and Wheeler will both have two teams in this. In lane 2 for North Providence, Jaden Ortiz, Vinny Catoya, Nick Camacho, Jeff Catoya. In lane 4, Oscar Camacho, Jason Kudish, Taj Webby, and Tony Azevedo. In lane 3 for Wheeler, Charlie Ragona, Mateo Smith, Harry Feng, Nathan Haronian. And in lane 5 for Wheeler will be Sam Curtis, Thomas Lynch, Anand Shah, and Umair Khan. So again, in lane 2 for North Providence will be Ortiz, Catoya, Camacho, and Catoya. Vinny in first, Jeff second. In lane 4, Camacho, Kudish, Webby, and Azevedo. In lane 3 for Wheeler will be Ragona, Smith, Feng, and Haronian. In lane 5 for Wheeler will be Curtis, Lynch, Shah, and Khan. Officials going over some last-minute instructions with both teams behind the starting blocks, and we'll be ready to go here. Semifinal action, once again, a berth in the state championship for Division II at stake here. The winner will go on to face Cranston East or Westerly this weekend in the state championships for Division II. Beautiful facility here in East Providence at Pods. 6-lane, 25-yard competition pool. On the other side of the building, there is a 4-foot heated teaching pool. So if you have any youngsters needing swim lessons, they frequently have lessons with kids as early as 10, 11 months old. So really good place to bring your kids to learn how to swim. Obviously in Rhode Island, water safety, a very important thing, and many swimmers who go on to take lessons at Pods end up developing a lifelong passion for swimming. Many Pod swimmers have graduated and then gone on to swim for USA club teams, high school teams, colleges, and universities. So great sport cardiovascularly. The officials are still going over the updates here with the swimmers behind the blocks. Once again, I'm hoping to get the score after every event so I can keep you updated. Should be a very hotly contested match here. So it looks like the pre-race instructions are done. North Providence relay teams are ready. I know the Wheeler relay teams on the other side are ready to go here. So we'll be underway shortly, folks, in semifinal Rhode Island Interscholastic League action between the North Providence Cougars and the Wheeler Warriors here this afternoon. Appreciate everybody. It looks like we have 20 people on the live stream right now. Appreciate you all taking the time to join us here this afternoon. Wheeler coach Murphy giving some last minute instructions to her boys here. The calm before the storm here as we started off with 4 lanes of swimming action for the 200 medley relay. So once again, North Providence will be in lanes 2 and 4, Wheeler in lanes 3 and 5. So the holdup was we were waiting for an official. The third official is here. So we should be ready to kick this thing off shortly. I see some familiar names from a Wheeler standpoint. I'm sure we have some North Providence Cougar fans out there. Hop into the live chat. Let me know who you are, who you're rooting for here. Let's give those swimmers some encouragement for this exciting semifinal matchup here. All right, so I think the officials are finally just about ready. We're up to 25 people on the live stream, so thank you again for taking the time to join us here tonight. Wheeler adorned in their black tech suits with a gold W on the hip, black swim caps with W in gold lettering. North Providence, a mixture of different suits. No standardized team suit or cap on the North Providence young men here. So it looks like the officials going through some last minute and we're ready to go here, folks. So this will be the 200. This will be the 200 free relay, medley relay, excuse me. North Providence in lanes 2 and lanes 4. Wheeler in lanes 3 and 5. It will be Ortiz, Ragona, Camacho, and Curtis, your first 4 swimmers in the pool here. All right, we're underway here. 200 medley relay again. North Providence in lanes 2 and 4. Wheeler in lanes 3 and 5. It is Ortiz, Ragona, Camacho, and Curtis in that order. Lanes 2, 3, and 4. It is Ragona out strong in the backstroke portion of the event. He'll hand it over to Mateo Smith, talented sophomore on this Wheeler squad. Smith is first in the water, followed by Vinny Codia in lane 2. Jason Kudish in lane 4, making up some ground on Smith here. But it remains Mateo Smith and the Wheeler Warriors in lane 3 in the lead right now. Smith will hand it over to Harry Fang in lane 3. So Wheeler maintaining about a 2-second lead on this relay with Feng in the water. Webby for North Providence in lane 4. So it's Feng in 3, Webby in 4. This butterfly portion of the 200 medley relay, it's going to be Feng will hand it over to Nathan Heronian in the water for the freestyle. It's Azevedo from North Providence. So if North Providence is going to win this, Azevedo is going to have to chase down Heronian here. Heronian from Wheeler in 3. Azevedo from North Providence in lane 4. Azevedo making up some space, but it is Heronian at the flags, and it will be Wheeler in lane 3, taking first place in this 200 medley relay, followed by the North Providence team in lane 4. So great racing so far here. It will be North Providence taking third, and Wheeler fourth. So Wheeler, North Providence, Wheeler here to start off our evening of racing here. So an exciting first event, 200 medley relay in the books. So there is a built-in rest right now after this 200 medley relay, 25 cool down. Our next event is going to be the 200 free. So once again, we'll get you updated scores as we move along here this afternoon. Once again, it was Wheeler taking first place in that opening event, 200 medley relay. Two teams from North Providence coming in second and third, and Wheeler coming in fourth.
Wheeler's on the left and North Providence on the right.
All right, so it's Wheeler 6-4 after the first event here this afternoon. Wheeler jumped it out to an early 2-point lead with a lot of swimming to go, and this will bring us to our next event, the 200 free. Will feature in lanes 2, Matt Bork in lane 4, Jason Kudish in lane 6, Dominic Intrieri from North Providence. For Wheeler in lane 3, Mateo Smith in lane 5, Anand Shah. So once again, North Providence swimming out of lanes 2, 4, and 6. Wheeler swimming out of lanes 3 and 5. This will be the 200 freestyle.
Go back. Let's go back. Let's go down.
So we'll have Bork in 2, Smith in 3, Kudish in 4, Shah in 5, Intrieri in lane 6. This is the 200 freestyle. Good start all the way around. Great start from Smith in lane 3 from Wheeler, and Kudish in lane 4. So I expect Smith and Kudish to lead the way here in this 200 freestyle. Both exceptional swimmers. Kudish a senior, Smith a sophomore. They're both at the wall in about a 27-50 split. So it remains Smith and Kudish in lanes 3 and 4 respectively, pacing the field here. It's Smith who has opened up a slight lead in lane 3. At the 100, it is Mateo Smith from Wheeler splitting a 55. Opening up a little bit of a lead here on Kudish. So it remains Mateo Smith in lane 3 from Wheeler, your leader after 150. He's got about a second and a half lead on Kudish here. Will Smith hold on? Will Kudish catch him here? Smith makes the turn for home, followed by Kudish here. Smith hits the flags, comes into the wall, and it will be Mateo Smith from Wheeler, your winner of the 200 free, followed by Jason Kudish. So Wheeler taking first place in the first two events here this afternoon from Pods. Third place looks like to be Matt Bork right now from North Providence in lane 3. So it will be Bork from North Providence taking third. Shaw taking fourth out of lane 5 and Intrieri in lane 6. So once again, great racing there from Kudish and Smith. It was Smith capturing first place in our second event of the afternoon, the 200 freestyle. We'll now move on to the 2IM. In lane 2 from North Providence, Vinny Cotia. Lane 4, Taj Webby. And in lane 3 from Wheeler, it will be Harry Fang. So Katoya, Fang, and Webby, lanes 2, 3, and 4. 10-8 lead here for Wheeler. Through a couple different events here, so 10-8 lead for Wheeler. North Providence will have two swimmers here. Katoya and Weeby in lanes 2 and 4. Fang in lane 3. This is the 2IM. So it's Fang to the wall first, maintaining about a second lead over Webby as they transition from butterfly into backstroke. Both Fang and Webby, standout swimmers on the Gator Swim Club based out of Seekonk, Massachusetts. And it is Fang in lane 3 who's building his lead here. He's at the wall and will transition over to breaststroke. He's built up about a 2-second lead on Webby in lane 4. So Fang in 3 from Wheeler. Webby in lane 4 from North Providence. Katoya in lane 2 in third place. Fang maintaining about a second and a half lead here on Webby. Fang will hit the wall. He'll turn to freestyle here. Last stroke in this 2IM. He's built up about a 2-second lead on Webby. He's been pretty consistent. Here it will be Fang who will make the turn first and head for home. Final 25 here. And it will be Harry Fang from Wheeler taking the 2IM, followed by Taj Webby of North Providence. So Wheeler off to a quick start here, taking first place in all 3 events here so far. Katia will finish here for North Providence. So that'll take us into the 50 freestyle here. So it has been Wheeler, the winner of all 3 first place finishes in all 3 events so far here. Still a lot of swimming to go as we go into the 50 free from North Providence. We will have Azevedo in lane 4, Pistachio in lane 2, Broccoli in lane 6. Nathan Haronian from Wheeler will be in lane 3, Vijay Shah in lane 5. So this will be the 50 free.
Let's go, Neil.
So it's Azevedo in lane 4 from North Providence, Haronian in lane 3. Azevedo motoring to the finish, and it will be Tony Azevedo from North Providence taking first, Haronian
Go, Tony!
second, Pistachio third.
Done, Nick!
Azevedo clocking a 24 low, so fast round of swimming there. North Providence taking first place there. So North Providence with their first place finish here. It comes at the 50 free. I'm going to work to get you a score here. We have a little bit of a break, 2 to 3 minute break here before we move into the 100 fly. Azevedo, one of the captains on the North Providence team. Solid performance there in the 50 free, clocking a 24 low. So great swim for Azevedo here. And moving into the break, we are knotted at 17. So Wheeler 17, North Providence 17 as we head into the 100 fly. Both North Providence and Wheeler will have 2 swimmers. North Providence, Camacho in 2, Wiebe in 4. Wheeler will have Feng in lane 3, Shah in lane 5. So tied at 17 here. Fantastic matchup thus far between the number 1 seeded Cougars and number 5 seeded Warriors here in Rhode Island Interscholastic League semifinal action. You'll see the pool is open right now for a little bit of warm-up, warm-down, cool-down action before we move into the 100 fly. So North Providence in the 50 free capturing their first place finish. Wheeler had taken first place in the first 3 events here. The 2 medley relay, the 2 free, and the 2 IM. Azevedo with his victory in the 50 free brings this swim meet to a tie at 17. So we're knotted up at 17 as we move into the 100 fly. Swimmer is taking a bit of a cool down time right now. When we resume action, we will have the 100 fly. Camacho and Webby from North Providence, Shaw and Fang from Wheeler. North Providence swimming out of lanes 2 and 4. Wheeler swimming out of lanes 3 and 5. There are a couple events where lane 6 will be used. That'll be used by North Providence. So it looks like we're doing some equipment work over on the far side of the pool with the starter system. Never a dull moment, folks. Never a dull moment. So we're hovering around 23 people. Once again, thank you for taking the time to join us here this afternoon for this exciting semifinal matchup between the Cougars and Warriors. Winner will advance to the state championships this weekend. They'll be held here at Pods. So working on some equipment issues on the far side of the pool, giving the swimmers a little extra time, little extra rest before we head into the 100 fly here. Once again, we're tied at 17. North Providence 17, Wheeler 17 here. In this boys semifinal matchup, North Providence looking to stay undefeated on the season, 8-0 in the regular season, 1-0 in the playoffs so far. Wheeler coming in with a regular season record of 4-4-1. Of course, they've won their only playoff matchup as well. Something's got to give here. So I think the equipment issue on the far side of the pool has been resolved, thankfully. We're ready to clear the pool here and move into the 100 fly. Once again, from North Providence will be in lane 2, Nick Camacho. In lane 4, Taj Webby. From Wheeler in lane 3, Harry Fang. And in lane 5, Anand Shah. So we are ready to go here with 100 fly action. Keep an eye on Fang in lane 3, Webby in lane 4. Expect them to pace the field here. Fang making his way to the blocks. Done. This is the 100 fly. No, you gotta use the button. Nope. Okay, so equipment problems continue to plague us here. As the starter, there we go. Okay, so once again, this will be the 100 fly. Let's try this again. Oh. So a bit of a weird start on the gun there. It is Fang and Webby Lanes 2 and 3 respectively out early here. Camacho in lane 2 has made up some distance off his slow start there, but it remains Fang at the 50-yard mark. He's at the wall in a 27 low. Webby's really going to have to pick up the pace here to catch him. And as they make the turn and come for home, it is Harry Fang from Wheeler at the halfway point. Sizable lead on Webby. And it will be Harry Fang from Wheeler taking the 100 fly. Taj Webby taking second. Nick Camacho taking third. So Wheeler, North Providence, Anand Shah finishing up here in lane 4. Fang clocked a 57.76 unofficial time here. So Wheeler's going to take first place in that. Remember, folks, we were tied at 17 heading into this. Each team is given points for first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth place. So I will get you updated numbers shortly. Our next event, when we get started, will be the 100 free. North Providence swimming out of lanes 2, 4, and 6 will have 3 swimmers. Wheeler will have 2. Going to get you that updated score very shortly. And we're knotted at 21. So we were tied at 17. After the 100, after the 50 free, after the 100 fly, we're tied at 21. So Wheeler 21, North Providence 21 as we head into the 100 freestyle. Once again, Katoya in 2, Camacho in 4, Broccoli in 6, Haronian in 3, and Vijay Shah in lane 5. This is the 100 freestyle. So Camacho, Haronian, Katoya, 1, 2, 3. At the 50-yard mark, it's Haronian about a tenth of a second ahead. He's out in a 26.7. So Haronian in lane 3, Camacho in lane 4. They hit the wall almost simultaneously. It is Haronian with a slight lead though from Wheeler. Camacho making a late move here as they hit the flags and get to the wall. It's going to be Haronian in lane 3. Edging out Camacho. Haronian coming in at a 54.9. So it was Haronian in first, Camacho in second, Katoya third, Ricoli fourth, and Shah fifth. So great racing there from Haronian and Camacho there. But it was Haronian with the touch. So we'll get you updated scores shortly. We were tied at 21. Coming into this event, we are now tied at 25. So 25-25, this is a heavyweight fight here between North Providence and Wheeler. 25 all as we enter the 500 free. North Providence will have 2 swimmers. Wheeler will have 2 swimmers. Ortiz and Bork for North Providence. Ragona and Curtis for Wheeler in the 500 free. Once again, we're tied at 25 here. Number 1 seeded North Providence Cougars. Number 5 seeded Wheeler Warriors. Great start by Ragona in lane 3. So again, 500 free, our longest event here of the afternoon. Each swimmer has a counter on the far end of the pool, helping them keep track. 500 free is all about pacing. You'll see many swimmers go out, swim their first 100 at a fairly quick pace, settle into a little bit of a slower pace in the middle 300, and then pick it up again for your final 100. So it's Ragona in lane 3, Ortiz in lane 4. They're your leaders very early on here. Ragona with about a body length lead on Ortiz. Third place looks to be Matt Bork from North Providence, followed by Sam Curtis in lane 5. A lot of swimming to go here. Once again, North Providence and Wheeler tied at 25 right now in this semifinal matchup. Winner will go on to swim this weekend in the state championships here at Pods, the Division II state championship. So North Providence trying to continue this unbeaten streak. Wheeler trying to pull off the upset here. They've settled into a good pace here. It is Ragona from Wheeler leading the way. He's followed by Ortiz, so they've separated themselves from the field, lanes 3 and 4. Ragona in the middle of the pool, black cap, gold W. Ortiz, lane 4, black cap. So Ragona with an almost 5-second lead on Ortiz here. They're a little over a quarter of the way through this event here. Ragona with some strong walls here. He's maintaining his pace. He's built up, maybe extended that lead to about 6 seconds here. So Ragona extending that lead now to about an 8-second lead on Ortiz. Ragona and Ortiz leading the pack here. Bork out of lane 2 maintains third place. Curtis out of lane 5 in fourth. They are past the halfway point here, and it remains Charlie Ragona building on that 8-second lead. I'll give you an updated split here as the swimmers head down towards the near side. So Ragona's lead is now built to about 11 seconds on Ortiz. So junior Charlie Ragona from Wheeler in lane 3, your leader here, has about an 11-second lead on the freshman from North Providence, Jaden Ortiz. Ragona just finishing up lap number 15 there. He's built a very sizable lead here on Ortiz. I'll give you some updates here. So Ragona's lead has blossomed to 16 seconds here on Ortiz. More than 3/4 of the way through this 500 free. Bork remains in third place, excuse me, in lane 2. There's the bell. Rigona has 2 laps to go here. Barring an unforeseen circumstance, it will be Charlie Rigona in lane 3 from Wheeler taking first here in the 500 freestyle action. He's made the turn on his last lap here. So it is Charlie Rigona from Wheeler, unofficially coming in at a 5:44.5 in the 500 free. He is your winner here. Second place will come from lane 4. It will be Jaden Ortiz, the freshman from North Providence. He'll touch the wall. He comes in at a 6:03.5. It will be Bork coming in third out of lane 2. Still have another lap to go here. Curtis making up some distance on Bork here. This fight for third place is going to be close here, folks. Curtis making a late push. Will he catch Bork? Very important swim here for third place. It is Bork in lane 2 with a pretty sizable lead. He's not going to give it up. It will be Matt Bork coming in third. Sam Curtis will finish in fourth. So again, we came into that event tied at 25. We're going to have a quick 2-minute break here. Head into our final 4 events of the afternoon, the 200 free relay, the 100 back, the 100 breast, and the 400 free relay. I have a feeling this meet is going to come down to the last event of the day, which is the 400 free relay. We came into the 500 free tied at 25. I'll give you an update with the score momentarily. The officials are walking over to give me that score. So we were tied at 25. We are now tied at 29. So 29 up. Wheeler and North Providence here as we head into our final 4 events of the afternoon, folks. So like I said earlier, this is going to come down in all likelihood to the 400 free relay at the end. Both teams having 2 entries in that race. We are tied at 29, 29-29. It could not get any closer here. Very exciting afternoon of swimming here. North Providence trying to remain undefeated, move on to the state championships. Wheeler trying to pull off the upset here. North Providence does have a little bit of an edge here, though. Looking at the 200 free relay, they will have 2 teams swimming, with Wheeler only having 1. So an opportunity for North Providence to gain some extra points here with 2 relay teams as opposed to Wheeler's 1. Tied at 29 in Rhode Island Interscholastic League semifinal action here at Pod Swimming. So once again, we thank everybody for taking the time to join us here. Hopefully you're enjoying the broadcast here. What an exciting meet here. Tied at 29, 4 events to go. We're going to move into the 200 free relay from North Providence. In lane 2, we'll have Pistachio, Intrieri, Bork, and Katoya. In lane 4, Camacho, Azevedo, Camacho, and Kudish. So those are North Providence in lanes 2 and 4. In lane 3 from Wheeler, Shaw, Khan, Lynch, and Curtis. So very pivotal race here. North Providence having 2 teams in which to rack up the points here. Wheeler with only 1. We will see the tie be broken here. Okay, they're going to give another couple of minutes of rest here. So once again, folks, you have swimmers who are swimming almost back-to-back events with very little rest time, something swimmers are definitely not accustomed to in your typical meet action. Some swim meets can go on for 3 to 4 hours, so swimmers typically will have a good amount of time, do a cool down, flush the lactic acid out of their muscles here before they swim in the next event. These events are rapid fire. So once again, the 200 free relay, you'll have two teams from North Providence swimming out of lanes 2 and 4. One team from Wheeler in lane 3. We're tied at 29 here. See, we're up to 31 viewers on the live stream. Once again, thank you for taking the time to join us. This is by far the most exciting playoff action we've had here at Pods this week. So 29-29, North Providence and Wheeler tied up, entering the final 4 events of the afternoon here. So the officials are ready here. Pistachio, Camacho, and Shaw, your first 3 swimmers in the water here. Clean start here in this 200 free relay. Each swimmer will complete a 50. It's Camacho out to an early lead here in lane 4 for North Providence. He's followed by Pistachio, but it is Camacho. He'll hand it off to Tony Azevedo. Azevedo's off like a rocket in lane 4, followed by North Providence in 2, Wheeler in 3. 24-7 for Camacho there. Azevedo makes the turn here. He's got about a 3-second lead. He'll hand it off to Oscar Camacho. Clean transition there. Camacho in the water first. Wheeler and North Providence fighting for that second place position. It's Lynch and Bork right now. But it is Oscar Camacho in lane 4. He'll hand it off to Jason Kudish here for the anchor leg. Kudish is in the water in lane 4. Lynch will hand it off to Sam Curtis. This is a big swim here for Wheeler. Wheeler needs to come in second place to keep it close. North Providence could have the sweep here. It will be North Providence in lane 4 taking first place. Jason Kudish with a strong anchor. Second place right now, it is Curtis from Wheeler. Battling Pretoria, and it is Wheeler coming in second, North Providence third. So North Providence, Wheeler, North Providence. Very exciting 200 free there. The team of Camacho, Azevedo, Camacho, and Kudish taking it down here, first place in the 200 free relay. This will bring us to our final 3 events of the afternoon. I'm going to get you an updated score very shortly, but we do have a break, another break here. So we do have swimmers. So Camacho is swimming the 100 back. So I'm going to give a little bit of a break to give him some time here. Here comes the updated score. I would expect North Providence to have jumped into the lead 36-32. So it is, So it is North Providence 36, Wheeler 32 here as we head into the last three events. So North Providence had an advantage there, having an extra team in the pool. They've built a 4-point lead here heading into the final three events of the day, the 100 back, the 100 breast, and the 400 free relay. So North Providence looking to remain undefeated here and move on to the state championship. In the 100 back from North Providence, you'll see Jaden Ortiz in lane 2, Oscar Camacho in lane 4, Charlie Ragona in lane 3, and Umair Khan in lane 5. So two swimmers from both North Providence and Wheeler here. Very pivotal race there for North Providence, building a 4-point lead. So let's see how this 100 back shakes out here. Once again, 36-32, North Providence in the lead here. As we move into the final three events of the afternoon. A great afternoon of swimming here by both teams. Neck and neck all of the way. It was Wheeler winning the first three events. First place, they've actually taken first place in 6 out of the 8 events, but it is North Providence with the 36-32 lead. So again, in a slight quick break here. So this will be the 100 back. It will be Ortiz in lane 2, Camacho in lane 4, Ragona in lane 3, Umair Khan in lane 5.
Let's go, Jay. Let's go, Oscar.
They're off in the 100 back, lane 2, Ortiz, 3, Ragona, 4, Camacho, 5, Khan. Great start by Ragona in lane 3. So Ragona in lane 3, out to an early lead. He's out in a 28 low, 28.08 unofficially. It's built about a 1.5 to a 2-second lead on Ortiz in lane 2 and Camacho in lane 4. He's led wire to wire. And it will be Charlie Ragona from Wheeler taking first place in lane 3, followed by Ortiz from North Providence in 2. Ragona went a 59.7. Third place will be Camacho in lane 4. So Wheeler, North Providence, Wheeler will be the finish here. 1, 2, 3, 4. As Khan will finish up his 100 back. So another first place finish from Wheeler, but I believe North Providence will retain their lead. It was 36-32. We're heading into the final two events here. North Providence had a 36-32 lead.
Come on, Vinny. Let's go, Vinny. Let's go, Sahel.
It remains North Providence with that 4-point lead, 40-36, as we head into our final two events of the day here, the 100 breast and the 400 free relay. In the 100 breast, North Providence will have Katoya in 2, Kudish in 4, Puthawala in 6. Wheeler will have Smith in 3, Lynch in 5. So good start by Kudish in lane 4, Smith in lane 3. So it's Smith to the wall first in a 31.07, followed by Kudish in lane 4. So Smith and Kudish leading the way here. The battle for third between Katoya in lane 2 and Lynch in lane 5. Very important swim here, as Wheeler needs to accumulate points here. Kudish making a late move on Smith here. They've gotten to the flags, and it will be Mateo Smith from Wheeler with Jason Kudish about a second behind. Third place will be Vinny Katoya in lane 2, followed by Lynch in 5, followed by Puthawala in lane 6. So Smith clocking a 106.7 there for the winner. So North Providence had a 4-point lead going into that race. All right here, so we're 44-40 North Providence going into the final event of the afternoon here, folks. Was just going over all the scenarios with one of the officials. So there are scenarios where this could end in a tie. Tiebreakers are determined by the team that had the most first place finishes. So this is going to be an exciting, action-packed 400 free relay. For North Providence, in lane 2, will be the team of Pistachio, Bork, Jeff Katoya, and Vinny Katoya. In lane 4 will be Taj Webby, Azevedo, Ortiz, and Camacho. So those will be your 2 North Providence teams. From Wheeler, in lane 3, Haronian, Ragona, Fang, and Smith. In lane 5, Khan, Shaw, Lynch, and Curtis. So a lot of scenarios here. North Providence with the 44-40 lead on Wheeler right now. This championship berth will be decided by this relay here. So once again, North Providence with the 4-point lead going into the final event here, the 400 free relay. North Providence will be swimming out of lanes 2 and 4, Wheeler out of lanes 3 and 5. So to whoever wins this, the best playoff swim meet of the week here at Pods. Action-packed. Kudos to both coaches, both teams of swimmers put in amazing efforts here, and it's going to come down to this 400 free relay. Yeah.
But if they tie, they'll win because they have more.
Okay, so we're ready to go here. 400 free relay. Once again, North Providence in lanes 2 and 4, Wheeler in lanes 3 and 5. Both teams need solid performances here to pull out the victory. Again, these kids have left it all in the pool here this afternoon. Outstanding performances on both sides. From an individual and a team perspective, has North Providence, the #1 seed, clinging to a 4-point lead over the Wheeler Warriors right now. The tension is in the air here at Pods. So you see the swimmers anxiously awaiting the start of this 400 free relay, which for all intents and purposes will determine who will go on to the state finals this weekend. Here we go, folks. It will be Pistachio, Webby, Haronian, and Khan, your first 4 in the pool. Once again, North Providence in lanes 2 and 4, Wheeler in lanes 3 and 5. So each swimmer will swim a 100 here. Pistachio in 2, Haronian in 3, Webby in 4, and Khan in lane 5. So it's Haronian and Webby. Haronian was out in a 25-3. Okay, so that's Fang from Wheeler in 3 in a 25-3. Fang will hand it over to Curtis, I believe. So Wheeler out to the lead. North Providence second and third. North Providence here in lane 3, making a move. These teams are about a half a second apart right now, first and second place. North Providence with the Blue Caps in lane 4, and North Providence has taken the lead in lane 4. Azevedo will hand it off to Jaden Ortiz. So North Providence continues to be out in front here. Wheeler in second, and North Providence third. So this is big. If North Providence takes first and third, I believe they will be the winners here. So Jaden Ortiz in lane 4 for North Providence. He'll hand it over to Nick Camacho. It will be Mateo Smith for Wheeler. And it is Smith who immediately catches up to Camacho here. This is going to be a battle for the ages, folks. Lanes 3 and 4. Mateo Smith, Nick Camacho battling for first place here through the first 25. It is Smith who's opened up a lead here, hugging that lane line. He makes the turn. He's got about a half a second lead on Camacho. He's at the wall first, so Smith makes the turn ahead of Camacho for home. It will be Wheeler taking first place in the 400 free relay, followed by North Providence. The battle here is going to be for third. Wheeler makes their turn. Katoya finishes up for North Providence. They'll take third. So Wheeler, North Providence, Wheeler. That will be the order of finish here. I think that will give North Providence enough to move on to the state finals this weekend. We'll wait for the final tabulations here, but I believe Wheeler needed a first and third place finish there to force a tie, which would have went to the team with the most first place finishes. And that was Wheeler, but North Providence, by virtue of that first and third place finish, I think will move on and remain undefeated here. We'll wait for the official word. North Providence guys seem to be pretty happy here. So survive and advance. I will have the final score right now. And it was North Providence with a 2-point victory over Wheeler, 48-46 here in semifinal league action. So amazing swim meet there. Wheeler needed to come in first and third there in the relay in order to win. They came in first and fourth. It was a great effort by both teams. Both teams full of talented swimmers with a lot of promise, but it will be North Providence moving on, remaining undefeated. They'll go on to face either Cranston East or Westerly in the state Division II championships this weekend right here at Pods in East Providence. So congratulations to the boys team from North Providence, capturing a hard-fought victory here over a very scrappy Wheeler team. eking out a 2-point victory. So once again, congratulations to both teams here. It was North Providence with the 2-point victory, 48-46 over Wheeler here in semifinal action once again. And finally, North Providence will remain undefeated and will move on to the state Division II finals to face the winner of Cranston East and Westerly, which will be tonight at 7:45. So if you want to keep track of that action, check the Rhode Island Interscholastic League website. They will have the scores updated, but it will be North Providence moving on, remaining undefeated. So once again, folks, thank you for taking the time to join us. I wanted to give some congratulations to both of these teams. Wheeler having a great season of boys and girls swimming action. Obviously, North Providence remaining undefeated and moving on to the finals here. I wanted to thank all the parents, family, friends, everybody who's joined us here for the live stream. We hope it was a good live stream production for you. We hope you've enjoyed it. For the North Providence fans, the state finals will also be live streamed. So they will not be on YouTube, but they will be broadcast by NFHS, which is the streaming partner of the Rhode Island Interscholastic League. So I'll be back with you this weekend as part of the broadcast team. If you want information on the live stream, check out the Rhode Island Interscholastic League website, who will have all of that information handy for you. So once again, folks, it is North Providence remaining undefeated, moving on to the state finals with a 48-46 win over the Wheeler Warriors. They'll go on to face the winner of Cranston East and Westerly this weekend in the Division II State Championship. We hope you've enjoyed the production. I am Jeremy Abreu, signing off from Pod Swimming. Have a great